I went on Emancipation Cup Match Walkabout in Somerset, which was organized by the Friends of Sens, whose research committee was Rashida and Ricky Godwin, the Honorable Dennis Lister, Norbert Simmons, Dr. Patricia Chapman, Alan Kate Horton, Jennifer Manders, Nikki Garrett, and Kem Bean. The tour started at Springfield, and Springfield once had as many as 19 slaves. So this would have been an interesting place to start the Emancipation War, and much of the history was shared here. We next went to Warren Simmons Field, and that once was known as the Royal Naval Field, and it was the location of the first cup match. So some of the history of the cup match being played here was told, and these ladies actually had pictures of some cup match teams because a relative of theirs had been an umpire at cup match. And we were told about some of the buildings in the surrounding area and how people prepared things. Then we went off to what was probably my favorite part of the walkabout, and that was going to the home of a lady named Mrs. Bean, who was a former teacher at West End School, and she had a bet that one of her relatives had used at cup match many years ago. So it was interesting seeing that and seeing how all the Somerset people reacted on seeing this lady, because she had taught many of them in school. Much of the history of West End School was shared on this tour, and many of the people on this tour believe that West End School should be saved. I'm from St. George's, so I had on my St. George's colors, and many people had on red and blue or light blue and dark blue. And I came on this tour mainly to have a walk around and see some architecture in Somerset and get to know some of the roads off of the main road. So along this stretch, you'll see some interesting architecture, and there was stories that had to do with these buildings along here. And a lot of the names weren't familiar to me because I'm from the other end of the island. But you could see that some people had their Somerset colors on their house. But none were like that house down in Shelley Bay. This is the Victoria and Albert Lodge number 1027, part of the Grand United Order of Odd Fellows. This, along with the one in St. George's, Somers Pride of Indian Lodge number 899, helped form Cup Match. We next went to St. James Church Hall, and the roots of West End School are here because when there were two segregated schools here, the black school eventually became West End School. West End School was our next stop, and along the way we saw the Somerset Brigade Band headquarters, and we got to West End, and there was some more history to be learned there. We heard more stories about West End when we were at school. And you can see some of the stories being told right here. Our final stop would be Somerset Cricket Club, so we just walked a short distance there, and there were refreshments there, and we also had a couple of more speeches about Cup Match. Some were by Dennis Lister, and some were by Randy Horton, a former Cup Match captain. After that, I went down to Clyde Best Lane and saw the murals. and people are still working on the mural, so it's a work in progress. But I paid a visit because I'm an artist myself. So I hope you enjoyed seeing my walk around Somerset. There's a lot more information that I didn't have time to share because it was quite a bit of history about Somerset and Cup Match and Emancipation on this tour. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So if you see this anywhere like that, please share it, please like it, and I hope that you have a nice cup match. Bye.